Walter believes that bowlers should prioritize lethality, accuracy, and quality when selecting a barrel. By lethality, Walter means retaining enough velocity and RPM to stabilize and expand projectiles as intended. By accuracy, Walter means dispersion of group size and consistency of velocity and BC degradation. By quality, Walter means purchasing from a manufacturer that focuses on consistency and building barrels the right way. Optimizing these three variables is the most important decision a bowler can make when selecting a rifle. And, well, Walter feels there's a disconnect between what bowlers actually need and what they're being sold. One of Walter's largest bones to pick with the firearms industry is the prevailing idea that twist rate is a function of chambering, not a combination of a desired bullet and velocity. A 24-inch 308 doing 2,600 feet per second, that's going to be a 1 in 10 twist. A 13.7 308 doing 2,350, yeah, that's going to be a 1 in 10. Despite advances in ballistics, tolerances, and quality control, many of the most important parts of the shooting process are hesitant to change. Part of this has to do with the modern application of chamberings, like the 308 being very different from their intended use. Modern, heavy-for-caliber bullets, advances in case and powder technology, and shorter barrels optimized for suppressor use take the 308 of old and make it into something singular and new. If you think about peak bullet performance in terms of expansion and dispersion, existing in a window of rotations per minute, then as barrel length and thus velocity goes down, twist rate must, in fact, go up to maintain that window. As far as Walter can tell, the only reason barrel manufacturers sell the same twist rate for a 24-inch barrel as a 12.5 or 14.5 is that they are too lazy to order faster twists. With this quandary stewing in his aging mind, Walter called up his friends at Noveske Rifle Works and asked if they would be interested in working on a project addressing this issue. A month or so later, Walter and Donnie went down to Grants Pass and picked up 6 barrels to test. These barrels were identical, same chambering, same profile, same number of grooves, but with the only variable being twist rate. The batch included twist rates of 1 in 5, 1 in 6, 1 in 7, 1 in 8, 1 in 10, and 1 in 11. With no idea how brutal the testing would be, Walter and Donnie went to the range and followed Noveske's head of research and development, David Andrews' testing protocol that started with a bear muzzle. Walter and Donnie tested various ammos, from cheap ball ammo to specialty hunting ammos, and even some of Walter's certified, warranty-voiding hot loads. Walter and Donnie took turns shooting 5-round groups, 4 per barrel, per type of ammo, and recorded all the data. Through the deafening noise of 16-inch bare muzzle 308 and a scope-moving recoil, a trend started coming across. The effect of changing the twist rate from 1 in 11 to 1 in 5 on velocity was within the standard deviation of whatever ammo Walter and Donnie shot. In layman terms, this means that twist rate really didn't affect velocity, with the difference being 1 in 11 and 1 in 5 being within the dispersion of the ammunition being shot. Walter and Donnie fired over 1,000 rounds of ammo through these test barrels. Throughout the data collected with a half-dozen barrels across half-dozen common ammo types, a trend appeared across the data when it came to dispersion, in the standard parabolic distribution, with 1 in 11 and 1 in 5 being shoulders and 1 in 7 being the valley. With every variation of ammo, the 1 in 7 had the best accuracy. Transversely, this barrel also offered increased RPM, which helps with BC retention, as well as projectile expansion on target. To isolate variables, Walter and Donnie went back to Grants Pass. With a new batch of 1 in 7 barrels, they continued their testing, specifically comparing it to a new batch of control barrels with a 1 in 10 twist. These new batch of barrels corroborated the initial testing, and, well, Walter and Donnie felt pretty damn good about the results. So, Walter, you're saying that in the case of a 16-inch 308, a 1 in 7 twist offers better accuracy, all while offering better terminal performance than the industry standard 1 in 10 or 1 in 11 twist? Where can I get one of these barrels? Funny you should ask. Sobchak Security and Noveske Rifle Works are collaborating and offering these barrels with this ethos. And the first will be 1 in 7 twist 308s. More about that later, but let Walter finish his story. With the data in hand, Noveske started up the Logan lathes and trimmed the first shavings of metal on a batch of 100 barrels. Here's some of the first barrels getting chambered by hand, and then check for proper head spacing with the barrel extension from Q. In the age of CNC manufacturing, Noveske still hand chambers, inspects and tests every single barrel that comes through their shop by hand, with expert craftsmen taking pride in their work. Few manufacturers can make this claim, and it's a major part of Walter's excitement in collaborating with them to offer bowlers these barrels. The beauty of this system is its simplicity. Changing out the barrel on a Q-fix is easier than swapping out a barrel on an AR-15. Don't have a fix? Well, perhaps this is your opportunity to go buy one. Practitioners of short-barreled, lightweight 308 will know how much recoil negatively impacts both accuracy and shootability. Astute bowlers will notice that Walter went with a thicker-than-standard barrel profile for the Noveske 308 fix. Walter's desire for this project was to increase the flexibility and performance of the fix, and, well, adding a few ounces of barrel weight is a trade-off Walter is more than happy to make. A thicker barrel profile helps with accuracy, soaks up recoil, and allows for longer shot strings. Hell, look at PRS rifles. None of those bowlers are using pencil profile barrels. Walter picked a profile that saves weight where it can and keeps materials where it benefits the rifle's performance. As case development continues to improve, Walter believes that faster twist, shorter barrels will become the norm. 308 is a great place to start. Even the FUDs at the league office, a.k.a. Sammy, recommended faster twists for 300 PRC and 300 Blackout, both slower and faster 30 cal offerings. The first 100 barrels are now up on Noveske's website, and if they sell well, Walter and the craftsmen down in Grants Pass have some more tricks up their sleeves. If you will it, it is no dream.